Hey guys, and welcome back to How to Code Basic. I'm gonna pick up where I left off 3 minutes ago on making a HTML, PHP, MySQL, and CSS quiz on what is HTML. So what we've done so far is we've gone ahead and created our database table. We've gone ahead and created a grade.php that works as soon as you submit the test. And what it does so far is it grades the first 2 questions we have, and it gets the time and date of the day as long as the user's name, first and last, and then it puts all of these values into the database table that we created. We also have a quiz that we have created, but so far I've only created questions 1 and 2. If you've gone ahead in the past 3 minutes, which I'm sure you can get a lot more ahead than I can, then you should probably have more questions than me. I will go ahead and hit on those later, but for now I have a new PHP file where I left off on, which is called the view database.php. Here I'm going to go ahead and this is going to be the file that pretty much makes the whole. This is the one that helps you view the database. This is pretty much the most important file that we have. So to do this, I'm going to go ahead and keep this one open. So I'm going to be looking off of these files the whole entire time because I don't remember half of the things that I used to know. But these files, I assure you, I made these myself. I'm not going against any copyrights or anything. So first off, we're going to go ahead and connect to our SQL Server database, and then, okay. So now I just went ahead and pasted in the whole code that just connects to the database. So now we have the code that can, so right now we have the code right here, which is the connection to the database. Now it actually doesn't connect to the database unless you go ahead and put it into a MySQL query, which we're going to do next. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and do this. So now we need to go ahead and read our SQL database or our SQL database table. To do that, I went ahead and copied and pasted this line of code, but I will go ahead and explain to you what every single means, or every single bit means. So first, write or create a variable. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to keep calling it SQL, SQL, in lowercase. And then what this variable equals, it's just a string that has some MySQL code in it. But the PHP thinks that it's a string. When we go ahead and put it with the MySQLite query, that's when it turns into MySQL code. But for now it's a string, and the string reads, the first word is a all caps select. This is a MySQL command to go ahead and select certain okay, that's a little different than I remember, but oh yeah, now I know how this works. So select, it's a MySQL command to go ahead and select or pick all of the rows that are listed as follows. So I've gone ahead and picked ID, first name, last name, test date. I think I have a test time in here somewhere, don't I? Let me see. You have, I'm just going to go ahead and copy all of this right here. This is from the grade.php where we have the insert into. So I'm going to go ahead and replace all of this and this. Okay, so what I have so far is after the select, I have select ID, and then I have first name, last name, test date, test time, test score, and then answers 1 through 10. Yes. And then I have the capital from, and what the from does is, right now you have all the row names, but it doesn't know which table to select from, because in a database, you can have pretty much unlimited tables until you run out of space on this domain or server. So the table, the thing I called the table HTML quiz results. So right after from, I'm going to go ahead and write an HTML quiz results. That's it for this first line of code, apparently. Then the second line of code reads $result equals $connection right here, query SQL. So the $result is again just a variable. Nothing's happened yet, but when this variable is used, it's going to go ahead and call the connection that we have, which is this MySQLite connect, and then the server name, username, password, and the database name right here. So it's gonna call that, and it's gonna go ahead and query on that connection this whole SQL, the variable SQL, and the variable SQL is this string or line of SQL code. So when the result is called, it's gonna go ahead and call the connection, and then inside of this connection, it's gonna go ahead and query this MySQL code. Then we have to go ahead and start listing everything. So to do that, we need to go ahead and create more variables. And the way this works is we're going to be using a loop. Since we're going to have a lot of results, we don't want to go ahead and type them out by hand. So we're just going to use a loop. So we're going to start off with an if statement. And the if statement reads MySQLite number of rows greater than 0. So right now, our database probably has like 3 rows because we've already submitted it 3 or 4 times. Maybe. I don't know. So then now we just called the $result. So now as soon as we run this web page, it's going to go ahead and actually run all of this code. So now right inside this if statement, 1, 2, we need to go ahead and put in a while function, or a while, which is pretty much a loop. I'm going to go ahead and copy all of this. There. So what we have right now, no results found, check with admin. So, okay, so now we need to go ahead and create an HTML table. So right now we left off right here after this if statement. Right here we have a while loop, and what this loop does is it creates a new variable called row. And now this row, it grabs, what it does is it fetches the data of every single row that we have as shown here. So it fetches the data of every single row, which is the variable result. And then it goes ahead and creates new variables. Answer 1 is $row, which is this. Answer 1. So it goes back into here. It goes back into the MySQL database, and it finds answer 1. So it takes the data of answer 1 and it displays it here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of answer 11 and 12 because we don't have those. So we have these. Echo. Okay, so right now we've just set a couple of variables. These are just the answers to the questions that have previously been submitted into the database. As of now, we only have values for answers 1 and 2, but at the end of this live stream, we will have answers 3 to 10. So then go ahead and echo, and then press enter, and then we're going to go ahead and create our first table in HTML. So first we're going to start with a BR. And then we're going to go ahead and use the table tags. So now table has a start tag and an end tag. And then inside that table, we're going to go ahead and create a TR. Now inside of this TR is pretty much a title. It's the title row. When you do graphs in Excel or Google Sheets, whichever one that you prefer, you usually have a grid, right? And on the top axis of your grid, you're going to go ahead and write everything with capital letters. Or you're going to start the words with capital letters because it's a title. And then same thing with the first y-axis. You're going to go ahead and start everything with the capital letters because they're titles. This is exactly what this is right here. Anything inside of these TR tags is the first row, which is... Sorry, anything inside of these TH tags are in bold because they are titles. Then here we go ahead and we start the complicated code. TD. So let me go ahead and show you guys what it will look like on our index.html. So I'm going to go ahead and close this form, and I'm going to go ahead and make a table right on top. So now inside this table we're going to have a TR. Inside the TR I'm going to have TH. TH is going to say 1, and then make another TH that says 2. Make another TH that says 3. Sorry, TH that says 3. Now we're going to go ahead and create another TR, and this is going to have TD. And in the TD we're going to write answer 1. Then in the second TD we're going to write answer 2. And in the third TD, we're going to go ahead and write answer 3. Now this table is going to look whack. So this is under index. So I don't have to go ahead and type anything. I can just go ahead. There you go. So here's our table. We have a 1, we have a 2, and we have a 3. These are our titles. And then the data underneath the titles, we have an answer 1, we have an answer 2, and we have an answer 3. Now if I keep going, so this is how it works. Each TR is a row. So the first row is, so if I go ahead and change this TD to a TH and then save and refresh, this is going to be bold because it's a title now. So this is what I was talking about. In Excel, you have titles on top and you have titles to the right, or I'm sorry, to the left. So you'll have titles like here, answer 1, and then last name could probably be bold, and then text that goes here could also be bold. And then right here, in this little square, you'll have your main data. So TH makes it bold, but we're going to go ahead and use TD like this. There, so now that we have this, okay. Okay, so the way okay, this makes more sense now. The reason I put the last name and the first name separate is so that when we write it onto the table, it's going to say the last name and then the comma right here, comma and then the space and then the first name. And that looks a lot more professional than just writing first name and last name. At least in my opinion. You can go ahead and change that. So that's how you make a table. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a table just like this with a lot more complicated code. And the more complicated code is the PHP. So we have our header, which in this case is, we have the ID, the name, period, name, date, period, and score. Now I need to go in here and let me see. So select ID, first name, last name, test date. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create another TH right here. that is going to say time submitted, and then /th for the end tag. And then I have test score, which is, maybe I'll just write percentage instead, because that's what it mainly is. Then we have the answers that they put in, and they should range from 1 through 10. So you should have like this. You should have THs 1 through 10. You don't have to put a space after it because there's nothing going after it. So that's our first TR. We can go ahead and close that. Then we have our second TR, and every TR is a row. Oh, I just realized what, oh, that's cool. So the T stands for table, the R stands for row, the H stands for header, and the T stands for table. So the D stands for data. How cool is that? So whoever created HTML must have been smart. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and call our variable row, and then we're going to go ahead and call row ID. And the ID is that number that auto increments. We don't set that. And then we're going to go ahead and create a name. So let me actually check if I have a first name and a last name. Nope, I just have name. Good. So then I'm going to have row test date, and then I have, so now I have to add one more right here, and let's call it TD. And then go ahead and do a quotation mark, a period, a $row, a bracket, another quotation mark. I honestly do not know how I got this to work. And then test time, because that's what the table row is called. Go ahead and close that quotation mark, close the bracket, put another period, close that, or open up that quotation mark, and then go ahead and put in your end tag. Nope. Yep. So then we need to go ahead and get rid of the period number, because at least I need to get rid of that. So now we have test time, test score, and then that's our last TD for these variables. Now I'm going to go ahead and create another TD, and then I'm going to end this echo. So this is a whole nother echo statement right here. This right here is its own echo statement. Now I ended that echo, and now I'm going to go ahead and start my PHP code again. So I'm going to create an if statement. If $answer1 does not equal C, I need to go ahead and change that to hyper-text markup language. So if it does not equal hypertext markup language, write it in green, or write it in red, and you're going to write what they wrote. And then here you're going to go ahead, and if it does equal hyper-text markup language, then just write the whatever it is they wrote. Then go ahead and close this table data, and then go ahead and open another one, and then close that echo statement. So the way you write HTML code in PHP is you have to use the echo, and then inside the quotation mark you're gonna go ahead and write your you're gonna go ahead and write your header. I mean, not your header, your element. So now we have our second one. If answer 2 does not equal, and then what's the correct answer for answer 2? Answer 2 is B. So if answer 2 does not equal B, then go ahead and write what it is that they put in. If it does equal B, then just write whatever it is they put in still. And then again, the same thing. So you're going to have the same pattern all the way through. Let me just go ahead and get rid of these. Okay, so this is how it works. Perfect. /td /tr/table/br. Wait. Oh, this is when I was dumb-minded. I used to think that breaks worked like that. So now we have our database view. So right now we have no styles at all whatsoever. So if I go ahead and type in view database .php, let's see what errors I have this time. Oh, perfect, no errors. So there we go. We have, why is the percentage in H? And the period, oh, I need to go ahead and get rid of the period. Define process. Okay. I forgot, it's right here. Now if I go ahead and save, refresh, I should have, perfect. I have ID 1, that auto increments. I didn't put a name in that time. We have the date it was submitted, the time it was submitted, and then the percentage, which is 0 because I was just testing it out. Then I have numbers 1 through 10 with no answers. Second, why is there an H? Oh, okay, so that's where I messed up in the setup database. So now let me go ahead and check in with this one, see if I messed up or not. So to do so, perfect, I messed up. That's actually supposed to say varchar. So answer 1, varchar, and then the amount of characters. Let's see how many characters it adds up to. HYPER-TEXT space MARKUP. That is 17 characters. I'm gonna go ahead and put in 18. Okay, so I just realized the smartest thing to do would be to create the HTML quiz first. So forget all that other code. We can go ahead and fix all of that later. For now, we need to go ahead and go back to our index.html and actually create the test and make it pretty. So we only have numbers 1 and 2. Time to make number 3. So again, no spaces. Let me see. Div, put an H2 right here that says 3.0. How many required parts are there to create an HTML document? I can never spell document right. Not in English, not in JavaScript, not in HTML. Okay, now let's count it out. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and make things simple. Input type is number. Alright, name is answer 3, right? Name is answer 2, ID, and class. Okay. Class is going to be text box because that's pretty much kind of what it is. Now I can go ahead and close this and then work on the CSS later. So now in number 4, go ahead and make another div. Inside of it, go ahead and put in your H2, which is your question. And then inside the question, we're gonna go ahead and, what languages are, which of the following languages are straight up compatible with HTML? And then we're gonna sadly make this a radio question. I don't have the patience nor the time to go ahead and write all of this by hand again. I don't like changing up all the numbers, but it's better than writing it all over. So this is answer 4. Answer for A, value is A. Label for answer for A is, let's see, what is a language that does not work straight up? Ooh, Visual Basic. And 4. Let's see, what's another one? Ooh, Java. This should trick people, because Java and JavaScript sound a lot alike, even though they are not. Okay, I actually need a correct answer now, so I'm gonna go with PHP. All of the above and none of the above. I can go ahead and keep those, but I do need to go ahead and change these. So, okay. Now go ahead and save and refresh the index.html. We have numbers 3 and 4. With a little submit button. Visual Basic, Java, PHP, all of the above and none of the above. So let's see. Perfect, you cannot type text here. You can only type in a number. So now I'm gonna go ahead and format this to great. Max length is 1. And I might as well help them out here. Max length is, let's see, I said it was 18 characters. So now if we refresh, you can type forever on these, but you cannot type forever on this. And same with this. You can't even type in here. Oh, dang it. I don't think max length works with numbers. Maybe if I put it 2. Nope. Doesn't work. Well, might as well change it to 1. So now we need 6 more. Yay! 6 period. and then create another div. Inside the div h2 6.0. Then go ahead and let's see, what's the question? Ooh, I'm gonna make this one on HTML DOM. Let's see. Which language below is used to control both HTML and XML? And then go ahead and copy this big chunk of text slash big chunk of HTML and paste it right here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and rename this as 6. Now again, while I'm doing this, I'm just doing this so that I can show you guys a full example, but you guys can go ahead, pause this video whenever you like, and then go ahead and create your own. Mix it up, add more questions, make different types of questions. See if you can get the checkboxes to work and select all that apply. Or maybe you could go ahead and take these radio buttons and then spend your time on the CSS fixing it up and then adding more than one input on the checkboxes. So this is going to say C#. That can say Python. And then I'm gonna say JavaScript. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make number 7. This is going actually a lot quicker than I thought it was. H2 7.0. And then this is pretty much the whole process of programming. You write a bunch of code, you refresh the browser after you save it, and you see that it still looks ugly. And that there's a number 7 right there. Let me see. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to put all my styles on one page. That way I can access that one page from 6, 7 different documents at once. So go ahead and add style sheet. I'm gonna call it the same thing I called HTML quiz. Yeah, just leave it like that. Huh. Really? That's all it's gonna give me? Okay. Overflow auto. Overflow X. Which one is it? No content, no display. H1. Text line. Font dash family. Ooh, I don't think, no, I tried that one. I have not tried this one yet. And then come back here, go ahead and just delete this whole line of style and do this link href and then rel is style sheet. Ooh, I don't like that. Go ahead and do this H2, just copy this whole line. Perfect. That looks a little bit better. And then I'll just go ahead and find some more fonts like this. I wonder what Century looks like. I guess I can make that the answers. Century Schoolbook. I wonder what that looks like. No, it looks too... I don't know. Ooh, that looks pretty. Okay. Okay. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and make these right here H3s. Let me see how that looks actually. I didn't do that wrong. Why is it showing I did that wrong? Ooh, that's ugly. I don't want it sticking out. I don't want it like that though. Ooh, I know I can use span. Yep. Span is an inline element, therefore I can use it. Watch. Perfect. Now I can just edit the span later. Not what I was looking for. No. Yes. Perfect. Great. So let's see. I'm gonna need to now change the font size of all of this. First off, that needs to be a lot bigger. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a number, 40 pixels. Maybe 80 pixels. Maybe 55 pixels. That's better. Okay, so now the H2 is all these questions. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the padding bottom, 0, just 0 in general, and then margin bottom as well. Yep, there it is. That looks a bit better now. So now I need to go ahead and change all these text boxes to make it pretty, but to do that, I need to go ahead and start making colors. So background image, what if I did this? And then did a, no, I'll do a radial gradient from green to blue. If I go ahead and save and refresh, it will now if I change it from green, oh, what if I did it from green to green? Then it's just green. Now if I did it from blue to green, I could live with that for now, but I need to choose a better color. RGB, nope. Okay, let's see. I'll keep the green if I'll change the blue. RGB, and then, ooh, I like that color. Let's try that. Ooh, I like that color even better though. Okay. Okay, I see how that works. But instead, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Or even better, I go ahead and do this. And just delete this parenthesis. Yes, that is so much better. Okay, now the color of this H1. I'm gonna go ahead and make it. Let's see. Just keep that for now. Let's see what that looks like. It doesn't look that bad actually. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and span. And I want different fonts for them too, so font family. That's not actually that different. I really don't see a difference, but okay. And then dot text box, because that's how all of our text boxes are. Okay, background color. So you can either go with none and it'll stay as white, right? Yes. So that means, and I want this one right there. So refresh again. Okay, great, that looks okay. Now I need to get rid of all of the borders. So border none. And then go ahead and do a border bottom 1px. No, more like 5. No, 3. 3px solid. Perfect. So now you don't have that ugly color. Now it's black. I need to change that color, but I can do that later. Okay, so now I need a border color. RGB, because I like RGB like that. Oh, we need a darker color actually. Okay, and then how is all of this text set up? Let's see. Label. It's under label. So in order to access it, all I need to do is go ahead and call label, because label is an HTML command. I don't think you can have in background colors, so I need this under the color. So I could just copy all of this. Perfect. And then I can also go ahead and use that in the code that I have. Great. Perfect. So now the text boxes have background colors, but they themselves don't have any colors. So when you go ahead and type in it, you don't have any color. I guess I could go ahead and copy and paste. I don't know how that would look though. See, right now it looks like that. Refresh again, and it looks like there's no difference. Okay, I guess I can keep the radio buttons like that for now. So now I need to go ahead and change the color of the text, the actual questions. And the questions are all stored under H2. RGB one last time. And what do I need? I don't want a dark one, I want more like a brighter one. So, let's see. Ooh, ah. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do body, margin right. Why did I do that? Dash right. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put in 5 pixels just to move everything away from the right. That did nothing. I think that's the auto. I'm gonna go ahead and put in 15 pixels. Still did nothing. Oh, that's because I'm doing right. I'm not smart at all. I should be doing left. I don't even know my right from my left. There it is. Now I'm gonna go ahead and create a div right here. This one is going to have an ID because I'm only going to have one. div ID is, let's go with header info. So now into the CSS file. Okay, right after form, but right on top of span, go ahead and do hashtag header info text align center. Great, that does not mess things up at all. So, and then let me go ahead and change the font size to 20 pixels. Nope. Okay, font dash size is 20 pixels. Perfect. So now I can go ahead and type in hi. Actually, I'm gonna put in a little padding. Probably like 3 pixels, but just enough. Maybe 5 pixels. That way it'll look prettier. Or maybe too big now, I don't know. Let me see. 5 is too much, 3 was better. Okay, refresh again, and then, perfect. So you have your last name, you have your first name, and then you have the date, which is today's date. That date, it stays on this page, doesn't go nowhere. Okay. Now I have 2 text boxes and 3 radio questions. I need 3 more questions. So now, okay, I'm just gonna change this from HTML quiz to web development quiz. No, I can't, because then I have to change everything, or all the names, just to make it stick together. Keep it as HTML quiz, work with HTML DOM then. Using DOM. Document object modifier. Oh, perfect. Using which tags allow you to put in cascading style sheets, CSS, nope, CSS into your HTML code. Okay. Another one. Okay, so this should say answer 7, answer 7, and answer 7. Okay, so this first one I'm gonna go ahead and make it say, let's see, using which tags allow you to put in cascading style sheets into your HTML code. And then, so the way you write, now this is a nifty tip, that I don't think I'll show you in any of my videos, so pay attention now. So the way you do it is, whenever you write HTML code, and then, so let's say you have this label for, and then label, inside of these label tags, you can go ahead and put a P tag. Apparently, yeah, so apparently now it's picture. So apparently you can go ahead and put a picture tag, and the HTML or the browser will read it as HTML. The way that you can make it so that the browser doesn't read it as HTML, but the viewer or the user can see it as HTML, you use these character codes. So you go ahead and use the and sign or the ampersand, and then you use LT, and then semicolon. Then you go ahead and type in what goes in between the two tags. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and write script. Script. I can't spell script. And then you're going to go ahead and do ampersand or the and sign, GT. And then go ahead and do a semicolon. And then if you were to go ahead and save this right now and refresh, you would be able to see the script and script. Now if you were to go ahead and put in the actual tags like this and this, and then go ahead and save, you would have an error. It wouldn't even show you anything. So that's why we use these. And then go ahead and use the ampersand, LT, and then this time do a slash, because that's the close tag as shown here. You have the ampersand LT, which is pretty much the left arrow, is what I call it in all my videos. Then you have the slash, then you have the name, or the whatever goes inside the tag. In this case it's script, and then you have ampersand or and sign, GT semicolon. So those are the character codes that you can use to go ahead and print HTML into a browser without confusing the browser. When the browser sees these ampersand, whenever the browser sees an ampersand sign, and then it sees a character attached to it, it usually reads it as a character code, because in HTML, character codes are shown in I can't speak now. Character codes are shown in HTML as this. They start with an ampersand, and then they have some stuff here. So in Visual Studios, they show you a lot of things. Like you can have a capital A with an accent, a lowercase a with an accent. You can have parentheses. You can have A's with diaresis and all that other stuff. You can have the letter X, or you can have the actual X that closes. And then you can have all sorts of shapes. Like you can have a copyright sign, you can have a congruent sign, you can have 3 of those lines instead of 2 for an equal sign. You can have 3/4, 1/2, 1/4. You can do all sorts of signs. Whatever you can think of, they probably have it. They even have square root signs. They have math, arrows. They even have smiley faces, emojis, and all sorts of stuff. So that's why that's when character codes come in handy. So for now, I'll just be using the and LT and GT. Actually, I have to go, so I'll go ahead and let you guys catch up. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause right now. sorry for the interruption, but okay, we're back now, or at least I'm back now. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the script tags for this answer. I can also go ahead and put in some other tags, such as, here, let's see, and LT, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put in the style tags right here, and GT, and LT, semicolon, slash, and GT, semicolon. And then right here, I'm gonna go ahead and type in style. Okay, these also have to be 7s. And hang in there, we're almost done with the HTML part, or the HTML aspect of things. Actually, we're not actually almost done. We're not actually that close, so. Okay, and then I need to change this one right here, so. Ooh, that's actually tricky. Use an and, LT. And then go ahead and put in link ref equals your CSS file here, rel equals style sheet. Actually, no, lowercase. And then a closing tag, and then ampersand GT. Perfect. So, I wonder what the answer to this actually is. It's not A, so it's either B or C. Well, let's see. So, in number C, we have, let's see what the question is. Using which tags? It says tags. Right there it says tags. That means, you know, the answer has to be B. Because this is a tag. This is one tag. And this is 2 tags. So the answer is B. I think I can actually go ahead and put that in right now. Oh, here. I'm going to do this then. Answer 7 is / B. I'm actually going to go ahead and just put a / next to all of these. That way I can go ahead and just comment the answers. Hyper-text markup language. And then this next one is, let's see, what's the answer to number 2? The answer to number 2 is B. Actually, I'll leave it there. Okay, the answer to number 2 is also B. Then the answer to number 3 is a number. What number though? 4. The answer to number 3 is 4. How funny is that? Okay, now Visual Studios is just returning weird stuff. So now the answer to number 4, Visual Basic Java PHP. PHP is compatible. Although I could write Python and then do a none of the above. I think I'd rather do that. So none of the above is E. So number 4 is E. Number 5 is, wait a sec. Did I just skip one? I have horrible math. I skipped one. So I need to go ahead and make a number 5. So that's going to be a 5.0. And then go ahead and put in the 2 divs, or the div H2. Wait, I seriously skipped number 5 and I didn't even notice it this whole time? Gosh, ay ay ay. Okay, H2, number 5. Okay, there's a question I wanted to ask. It was in my head just a second ago. No, that's more of a JavaScript question. I'll ask it anyway. Is it possible to access a global ooh, this is gonna be a true or false question. So okay, T or F? There are variables in HTML, and then go ahead and this time, again, we're gonna go ahead and put in the input type radio, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and copy these first two instead of working. Okay, so this is how you guys make it true or false. Instead of the values being A and B, C, D, make the values T and F. That way you know which one's true and which one's false. Get rid of these A's. So change all the A's to T's, because why not? And then F. Get rid of this. This right here should be an F. Perfect. So now go ahead and delete this and change it to false. Yikes. And then go ahead and erase this and change it to true. Now we should have a number 5. There you go. True or false. And there are variables in HTML. Everybody here should know that is false. So now we can go over here, and on number 5, go ahead and type in F for false, because that's the value. Capital F, right? Yep, capital F. I can go ahead and close number 5, open up number 6. Number C, 6C. Okay, now I need to go ahead and create number 8, number 9, and number 10. Okay, so that means, wait a sec. 3 more? But I thought there were 3 more. I'm not good at math, clearly. So, we still have 3 more questions to go. Or at least I do. So go ahead and make another H2 8.0. Let's see, what do I have so far? Ooh, I'm going to make a question that uses all of the above, and I'm going to make a question that uses none of the above. So, which of the following, start with that, which of the following let's see, which of the following are, Okay, I'll do this. Which of the following tags are inline Okay, this is a little tricky question. I haven't taught you guys this yet. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and copy a input type radio. So I'm gonna copy all of this, go ahead and paste it right here. Okay, so now, let's see. Okay. And then get rid of this and replace it with, okay, I know span is inline and LT / span and GT. I know styles and scripts are inline, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of style to test my knowledge. Go ahead and write script here / script, and then right here I need to come up with another one, because the answer to this one is all of the above, except these right here need to be 8. So let's see, divs are not inline, divs are block. That means that they will go ahead and create a new line. Breaks are also blocks. Let's see. A's. These are inline. I know that for sure, because when you put a link inside of a P element, it stays inside of the P element. I'm actually kind of thankful for that. Okay. Go ahead and let's see what happens. We have messed up terribly. No, that should say script. What did I... My head is not working today, clearly. Okay, so go ahead and type in script there. Go ahead and type in /A, type in A, and then go ahead and fix up all these numbers. So this should be an 8. This should be also 8. So number 8, the answer is D. Actually, let me go ahead and unpin this and save it. I can go ahead and close off the CSS for now. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And then open this back up and fix this. I don't know why that says 4. That should say 7. That should also say 7. Weirdly enough, it actually works. Oh, that's why it works. Okay, and then, let's see. Okay, great. So now we only have 2 more left. Number 9. Oh, I know what I'm going to make number 10. Numbers 9 and 10 are going to be code. Like, you actually have to type in the code. And to do this, I'm going to go ahead and copy off some more code that I've written before. This you guys have probably already seen before. If not, you're about to see it new. So, okay, let's see, let's scroll down to parts of an HTML document, headers, titles, links, canvases, little quiz, attributes. Try it yourself. Where did I put that? Oh. Oh. Okay. There it is. So, time to copy this. So that means we have to use JavaScript too. Right? No, we don't. We don't need to use JavaScript. Just get rid of, yeah, that's all that we need. So what I'm going to be doing right now is copying and pasting. So again, I'm going to have another H2 as normal. It's going to say 9.0. Now I'm going to go ahead and task the users to write some HTML code. So write some HTML code that creates a text box. No. Okay, write some HTML code that creates a text box with a placeholder of type here. Okay, let's see if I go ahead and copy and paste. I'm left with a white text area. Perfect. Write some HTML code that creates a text box with a placeholder of type here. So please type in your code after this line. This is a comment in HTML code. If we go ahead and create a text box, input type equals text. And then we need a placeholder equals, actually we need to spell placeholder, right? And then it should say type here, 1, 2, 3. Then go ahead and do this, this. Perfect. Actually, write some HTML code that shows okay, that shows a username and a password okay, and so it shows a username and a password, and it creates 2 text boxes with placeholders of type here. So if I go ahead and refresh, ID is code terminal, so go back into that CSS file. I am so not doing this the smart way. Actually, what did it look like here? If I go ahead and search for code underscore terminal. So I have font size 20. I'm just going to go ahead and copy all of this and go ahead and put it in my code. My new code, at least. This is htmlquiz.css. This can go all the way at the bottom. So now, perfect. You have, maybe it's a bit too big. Yeah, I think it's a bit too big. So, let's see. And the font family doesn't actually look that nice. So, I'm going to go ahead and type monotype cursiva. Try that. Oh, no, no way. That's funny. Okay. Let's see what I used here. Monotype cursiva. That's what it is. It's not just it's monospace. Mono. Oh, did I? Yeah, there's two M's. That's not good. There, try that now. Wow, that looks a lot different now. Also, let's see what else is different. There is no font size specified because that is too big of a font. That's better. Maybe it's too small. Actually, no, it's not. That looks about the same. Okay, now white looks bad. I'm gonna go ahead and make it green. Ooh, that looks like the command prompt now. I like how that looks. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Go ahead and close out of the CSS files. All of the CSS files that I've opened. So the code that I used to make that is I made a text area with an ID of code underscore terminal 1. And that should be 1. Actually, this should say answer 9. Because I already have the code for that. But the text area ID is code terminal 1 for me. And then in the CSS, I need to go ahead and change that. Dang it, it just closed it. Just use the page down. Code terminal 1. I'm going to have 2 of these actually, so might as well go ahead and put in the code terminal. Just copy and paste all of this. And then just change that to code terminal 2. Since we're going to have 2 of these. And then you can finally now close out of it. And then go ahead. So now inside of my text area, since it's 2 tags, I have 20 rows and COLS, colds, that stands for columns, and I have 100 columns. So 100 columns kind of represents the width, and rows kind of represents the height. So 20 rows means it can fit 20 lines of text. How much is this? Let's see, let's count it out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oh right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That is 20 rows. Now what sucks about this text is that it can be deleted, which is which will get the users to submit it wrong. I think I'm gonna make it required. I don't know. So then what I did was, inside of the text area, I went ahead and wrote in some actual HTML code without the and LT and GT, because I was afraid that those would print out. So then I wrote doctype HTML, then the two HTML tags, then the head tags, then the body tag. I wonder if that affects anything. Nope. And then the body tags, and inside the body tags I put in a big comment that says, please type in your code after this line. This is a comment in HTML code where they're going to go ahead and type in their line. The way we'll grade that, I will show you guys that right after I finish off on number 10. So dash 10.0. So okay, first you create a div. Then go ahead and create a div, and then here create an h2, call it 10 period space. Now, okay, now create, no, I'm not, okay. And then this is going to say finally. Create a that shows a username and a password, and creates two text boxes with placeholders of type here. Okay, and then put a period right there. So this is going to take some JavaScript, but I think I can make it to work. So finally, in the, okay, and LT, head, and GT, tags, put in some, okay, let's see, oh, that would be smart, put in some CSS code, no, put in some CSS that okay, perfect. UL, LI, let's see how this works. Perfect. So now, okay, that rounds the corners of the text boxes by 10px. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and this is actually gonna be a long quiz if anybody were to take it. Okay, I just really need to fix that submit button. But everything else looks pretty. So this is actually going to take a while. So, okay, it rounds the corners. Then, okay, put a period. Rounds the corners of the text boxes. Let's see. Removes all borders. and background. Okay, removes all borders, and then another li to go ahead and sets the background color to RGB 0, 0, 0. Li, so removes all borders, sets the background color to RGB 000, and sets the text color to RGB 255, 255, 255. Okay, so go ahead and put an H1 right here. I wonder if that would work. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and put a P element. No. Do this. H4. Too small. Okay, I'll just do it down here. H3. And then another H3. It's for the buttons. Perfect. So now I need to go back up here and tell them to create a submit button. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and enter down now. Then create a normal button that have classes of text box. ID of button. Great. So now for the button, I'm gonna go ahead and make them do this. In the UL, go ahead and type in LI. So, alright. The button should read log in. I feel like I'm doing too much. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit too much. Oh well. For the text boxes, round the corners. Go ahead and just copy this. Okay, so right here, just paste this. Okay, I don't see how that does much, but that does do something. So now we have a complete list. Oh, these are LIs. Yeah, I have to go ahead and fix that in the CSS. So dang it, but open up the CSS one more time and go ahead and type in UL, and then just go ahead and copy the color from label and save. That should be better now. Let's see. Perfect. And now you also have your buttons, and it's now the color. So the H3s should be the same colors as the H2. So in this case, right under H2, I'm gonna go ahead and put in H3 with the same formatting. And then just get rid of that. There you go. Save. Perfect. And then lastly, for the HTML, I know this is getting boring. We have one more thing to do. Control C. I just realized that's the wrong file. Okay. Control C. And finally, Control V. And change this to Code Terminal 2. And the name should be answer 10. Okay, and the text inside of this, oh, sorry, I lied to you guys. That was not, or I misspoke. That was not the end. We actually do indeed need to use a little bit of JavaScript. So we need to go ahead and here. Since we're using HTML DOM, might as well put the script right here. And var, oh god, my brain hurts so much right now because PHP and JavaScript are so alike yet so different. Let's see, what variable, how's variable, okay, var code underscore terminal 1 text space equals to document, if I say that correctly, document dot get element by ID, and the ID is code underscore terminal 1. Oh, value. You need the value. So now I need to go back up here, and then right in the head, I'm going right after title, go ahead and put in the style tags. There. Okay, I'm going to close both of the ULs. Okay. So if I go ahead and refresh right now, what would happen? Okay, we have a text area, but it's empty. Perfect. The text area should read the same. So first off, let me go ahead and get it text align center. Text align text align, center. Go ahead, save, refresh one more time. That did nothing helpful. I'd rather have everything left aligned than. Okay, now that that's okay. Ooh, so that's what tab does. Now write some HTML code that shows a username and a password that have classes of text box. That doesn't make any sense. Now that shows a username and a password input. Username and a password text input. Username and a password text input. That sounds alright. And a password text input with let's see, and password. That shows, now write some HTML code that shows a username and password text inputs with placeholders of type here. And then go ahead and write their classes should be text box. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and create a next button. On click, run transfer. That's what I'm going to go ahead and name my function. So it should read next. Perfect, it says next. Oh, that's a problem. Ooh. The fact that it's in a form means that it's going to go ahead and try to submit. I don't want that. So if I went ahead and changed this to A, right, I don't think A's have. Ooh, I don't know then. Let's see. How can I do this without letting them cheat? Okay, first I'm gonna go ahead and make a P element right after this text area. P ID, I'm just gonna go ahead and name it P. Var P equals document dot get element by ID P. P dot append child document dot create text node, and then the text node should read code terminal1 text. Okay. It's gonna be a loop. While 1 equals 1, I wonder if that's gonna... Yep, I crashed the browser. Yeah, because 1 will always equal 1, so it's going to keep calling that code. So, let's see. I know how to loop things now. Go ahead and refresh. Go ahead and refresh. Go ahead and open a new tab. Great. Okay, I fixed it. Perfect. That only runs... Okay, so... Perfect. Do this. Var code underscore terminal 2 space equals document dot get element by ID code terminal 2. So this is how it's going to work. So code underscore terminal 2 dot Onmouseover space equals function. And that function is defined down here. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so all I have to do is... Perfect, it works. The problem is that it works too many times. So now I'm going to go ahead and change var p into this. Nope. Okay, we'll try again. Copy and paste. And paste. And paste and text. Now let's see if that makes a difference. Yeah, that's a problem. Let's see. Now, if I were to go ahead and do this, if I came here, typed in that, and then came back down here, and then scrolled down to the very bottom, the last one reads, perfect, it reads it right after. Perfect, so that works, sort of. Yeah, that works enough for me. Okay, so the script that I wrote right here it goes as follows. So it takes the second text area that I have and it grabs it using the getElementById. Hey, I spelled document right. Then it uses the Onmouseover. So every time you take the mouse and you go over it, or maybe onclick. Onclick is too risky though, because what if they do this, where they go here, they click here, and then they click over here. That's too risky because then it'd do it again. So it has the Onmouseover. So Onmouseover, what it does is as soon as you put your mouse on top of the text box, it goes ahead and it fills in all of the code or all of the text that is in the first text area by doing this. First it grabs the text, then it grabs the value of, wait a sec. I did not have to do that second part right there. Yeah, that's redundant code. And then just go ahead and delete text. There you go. So that's my script that I have. And congrats, we finally finished the HTML. How long has this been going on? Oh, it's been going on for 2 hours straight. Okay, I need to sum it up quickly. So before I start filling in the form, okay, I'm going to keep this open for now while I go ahead and put in the rest of the answers. So answer 9 is this big answer. Okay, now we need to go ahead and actually come up with the answer for number 9. So the answer for number 9 is as follows. Of course I have to get rid of all the tabs. So write some HTML code that shows a username. So username space and then input type text and then placeholder is type here 1 2 3 and what else? And their classes should be text box. So class equals text box. Wow. Perfect. Then I need to go ahead and create a password. Input type is text. Placeholder again is type here. And class is text box. Close that. And then it says create a normal input button. So since it says input, we have to go ahead and use input type button. So I didn't say input submit, I said button, so input type button. And then, what is it? ID is button. The button should read login. I wonder if value will accomplish this. Let's see if that does anything with the code at all. It does not mess with the code, that is for sure. So now I'm going to go ahead and put it in external. So go ahead and take it out of the text area. Go ahead, just put it right here. Right. Okay. And then go ahead and save. Perfect. It works. So this is all of the code that I need to go ahead and copy. Control C, move it over to this one, and Control V. And hashtag Nope. Then this one. Yep, there it is. And then, nope. Yep, that's what it does. Okay, so I'll go ahead and give you guys some time to catch up.